Someone who understands these type of propaganda wars, Tom Bossert, ABC News national security analyst, also former U.S. Homeland Security advisor. Tom, good to see you. You know, the State Department today, we carried it live, says that a Russian full-scale invasion could happen today, in this moment. The Ukrainian military seems to have reason to believe that Russia plans to go beyond eastern Ukraine, targeting at least 2 major cities now. So as we look at James Longman's piece and we talk about this propaganda war, what do we know? What is fact and what is fiction at this point? And is it time for Ukraine to actually start mobilizing its troops?
Yeah, Kira, you know, we can listen to their words or we can watch their actions. And I think what we're doing right now is appropriately watching their actions. You don't amass this level of force on a border if it's all going to be a rhetorical conversation. But that said, it really is chilling, isn't it, to think about what's at stake. If we return to a world order in which it's a zero-sum game, a 19th century world where large countries dominate the small ones, it becomes a question of who wins, and a Russian-Chinese alliance could very well win that. These rules matter because what comes out of that is not democracy, and it's not a rules-based order, it's not capitalism, and people in America won't like that system, and they won't like that world to live in, and they won't like not being able to share openly their own views. You see what people in Russia receive as news. It's nothing like what we see.
Look, you were Homeland Security advisor. Should the U.S. go beyond just sanctions at this point in its response to Russia?
Yeah, I think you're going to see a couple of things happen here. We're trying to maintain the moral high ground. If we do anything that tips us into a place where Putin can say, look, they did something provocative to us, then it plays right into that information battle or war that we just covered a moment ago in that really nice piece. So I think it's appropriate to do it in a reactionary way. We're trying to deter his actions, but at this stage, he's going to do what he's going to do. It would be unwise for us to jump the gun and give him the excuse to invade. But the next round has to be a little bit bigger than just our banking system. I think what you're going to see is a decoupling of our economies, and that's going to be a pretty costly thing. It's going to affect every human being on the planet.
And so, can the U.S. military presence in Poland now, as in the case of the 82nd Airborne that we've been reporting on, that touched down there, could that be a real deterrent to Vladimir Putin?
You know, one of the keys is how much money he has to sustain this effort. So I'm not entirely clear what we're trying to deter at this stage. If we're trying to deter a small incursion, I know that gets people upset, but a small presence, where they only take a little bit of territory, inexcusable as that is, it will require a different response. If his military objective is to take and hold the entire country of Ukraine, it will be, as the ambassador said, bloody, it will be long, and the entire world will mobilize behind the Ukrainian army. Russia won't be fighting Ukraine, they'll be fighting the world. How long can they sustain that with the size of their economy? Unless the Chinese help them, I don't think very long. So I still don't understand what the objective is here, and I don't want to therefore get to a point where we've gotten into World War III style planning. I'm very pleased to see a slower rollout of these sanctions and a flexed presence of our military in our NATO allied countries. Pretty soon, though, we'll have to answer the real question to the American people: do we want to fight, or do we want to watch as the Ukrainians potentially fall?
Hi everyone, George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel, and don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.